The recording has begun.
All right, thank you. This is Chair Cook, and welcome to the Washington State Human Rights Commission meeting today. We'll begin with the roll call.
Yes, Chair Deborah Cook.
Present.
Commissioner Guadalupe Gamboa.
Present.
Commissioner Jeff Spey.
Good morning, present.
Executive Director Sharon Ortiz.
Present.
Deputy Director Cheryl Schobert.
Present.
Assistant Attorney General Kristen Lamson.
Good morning, present.
And anyone else who's on the line that would like to identify themselves for the record?
Celine Garcia, Customer Service Specialist.
Thank you.
And Sean Marico, Public.
Thank you. And we can begin.
All right, thank you. All right, before we begin with any of the business, we do have a change of agenda today. We had scheduled to conduct 2 interviews in executive session for the executive director position. We are not going to be doing that today, basically because I'm ill. And I'm not sure if I can complete the interviews all in one piece and all that sort of thing. And we don't have enough commissioners available. We do have Commissioner Moore absent. We don't have enough commissioners available for me to be absent as well, or in and out. So we are going to postpone those interviews, and we'll have discussion of the process later in the agenda. But I want to be very clear that we will not be having an executive session today, and I do apologize for that very last minute change. I think I'd rather have the executive session than feel the way I do. So I apologize very much for that. All right, so we will further discuss that process as we get down there to that in the agenda, but that's the situation for this morning. So I'd like to move on to approval of the minutes. We have the minutes for January 27th. Is there a motion to approve the January 27th minutes?
I so move. Lupe Gamboa.
Thank you. Second. I need a second we can still have discussion if there's any concern about the minutes, but I can't even have discussion if we don't have a second.
If this is Jeff Spey, if
Yeah.
I don't know if my motion came in or not, but I would second if I was muted.
Oh, we didn't hear you. I didn't hear you.
Okay,
sorry.
then I
Great.
second.
Okay, super. Thank you so much. All righty, we're good. All right, so we have and so is there any discussion of the minutes? All right, hearing none, all in favor of accepting the minutes as submitted, please say aye.
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 Thank you. And any opposed? All right, thank you. Yeah, I've had just enough training in meeting process that I know if we don't actually get a second, I can't entertain any objections. So that's a problem. Thank you so much. All right, let's move on to the case closures. We did receive, I believe late last night or this morning, a couple of changes about the cases. And let's see, is there one that is withdrawn?
Yes, we've pulled Reed v. West Bay Auto Store. The analysis is wrong for retaliation in the finding.
Right.
And then there's a correction in Carrie Morton v. Peace Health. The investigator used 2 different pronouns, different ones in the finding than the memo. So that needs to just be corrected.
Sure. Okay. All right. Is there any additional discussion about the case closures? Hearing none, I would accept a motion to approve the case closures as submitted with the corrections.
Jeff Spey, so moved.
Thank you. Commissioner Gamboa, are you seconding this? I haven't heard you.
Oh, sorry. Fell asleep on the wheel. Yes, so moved.
I'm going to move you guys along. I might be on a short leash here. Okay, thank you
Yeah,
so
so-
much. All in favor of accepting the case closures as submitted and with corrections, please say aye.
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 And any opposed? All right, thank you. Very good. Excellent. All right, let's move to the Executive Director reporting. And Sharon?
Sorry, I think I'm muted. Am I muted? Let me see.
No, you're good.
Okay,
You're
so
good. You're good.
so I'm submitting a rather long written report this month, but there's just a couple quick things to highlight. This week, the House and Senate budget came out, and both houses are still giving us the 6 FTEs plus the retirement buyouts for me and Cheryl. So that's going to put the agency back on better footing. It's not going to totally restore us, but it's very significant. And then there's a case, just when you read it, look at Bernard Watkins v. The Elements. I wrote some things about it. The AG's office did a wonderful job on it. They got $142,500 settlement. And it's interesting, so I just wanted to point that out. But you can read everything. It's in my report. Because I know the chair's not feeling well, and that will save time.
Are there any
Well,
questions for Sharon?
No, I just want to make a comment that's an excellent. That's a range that we should be getting cases at.
Yeah. Agreed.
Despite the weak statute,
Yeah,
that's
it shows that
great. It shows that you really do have to have the threat of litigation to get good amounts.
Yeah, right. No, that's great though.
There's also another
Thank you
case
so
that the AG's had that I talked about specifically in my report, because it was Dunaway v. the Veterans Warehouse, and it closed last fall because we transferred it to the AG's office. I was reviewing this case, and it was very, very apparent that there were more victims in the case, and the respondent had actually been serving time for sexually assaulting a customer. So talked to Colleen, and they wanted to take the case, so we transferred it over there, and they found 10 additional victims, and they filed a lawsuit. Wow. And I think it was it was 2 weeks ago they filed the lawsuit, but the press release just came out, and I'll attach that so you can read it, because they gave us credit for finding the case too.
Wow.
So I just think it's great that, because when you look at a case, you can't look at it as this is just about the Human Rights Commission. It's about really what can you do to get justice for the people that have been harmed, and working together is a good way to do that.
Yeah. Wow. That's great. Yeah, thank you. Wow.
Sharon,
Okay.
yeah, Sharon, while you're talking about cases, what happened to the case that got referred to, the AG's dealing with a woman that was working with Chelan, I think it's Chelan Food Warehouse, that got fired after she told the employer that she had become legalized?
Well, the case is still with them. They had Wilma gather some more information, but I'll check on that.
Yeah. Okay.
And get back to you on it.
Check on it and let
Yes.
me know before you take off.
I will. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, no.
Thank you.
For anybody else, it's a precedent-setting immigration status case.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions for Sharon? That's great. I'm really excited about the FTEs and the budget stuff. That is so encouraging. We really just need some resources. It's going to make a huge difference. So that's wonderful.
I think we made a very strong argument that they need to start putting some money into our agency, or at some point. I mean, we're not serving people, and when people are waiting a year to get their cases investigated, they have every reason to be upset. I mean, to get their case assigned to an investigator, they have every reason to be upset. And then we are always dealing with upset people. So it just becomes where you're spinning your wheels, basically. And the best trainer I ever had was a woman named Sarah Pratt, and she just put it right out there. An investigation's like a dead fish. The longer it sits, the more it stinks. So.
Right.
Yeah,
right. You have to be swift.
Gotta get the.
So I'm pretty happy, because I was assured by one legislator that I wouldn't be leaving a fractured agency. So.
Right.
I did my
No,
work.
that is really encouraging. Yeah. Too bad you couldn't have had the benefit of it while you were going to be here, though. I'm so sorry about that. But yeah. But it is a great thing, and it's and I think that you've made some really compelling arguments, and they were either going to need to do it or rethink whether we were even going to have this process. So I'm really glad. Yeah, it's wonderful. Any additional questions or comments for Sharon?
No, I just.
Okay, let's.
Am I on mute? I've been trying to talk and.
Yes, you're good. You're good.
Okay, I was just gonna say that it's good to see them walking the talk. There's been a lot of talk, but very little action as far as supporting the agency. So it's good to see that.
Yeah, there's a little bit of lag in our connection, and especially for those of us that are on the phone. I know I am. And so what happens is that we're not always hearing when someone starts to talk, and that's how there's a little talking over each other. I don't think it's anybody's intent to be rude. I think it's that there's actually a delay in when you talk or I talk or whoever talks and when it's heard. So, and it's probably several seconds. I apologize for that. It's the system. Okay, let's move to the executive director recruitment discussion. The first thing I would like to do for that is to entertain a motion related to Sharon's retirement and our continuation. Sharon has extended her work time through March 31st, so she will actually be with us for one more commission meeting, and so that has happened. But then, no matter what happens, even if we were able to conduct our interviews today, we would not have. We would probably not have everything in place for someone to be on board. And so what our plan has been is to appoint Cheryl Stroberg as acting executive director beginning on March 1st. And the reason for that is so that we can have a transition, and then we'll probably have some additional transition, but right now we want to be able to do that, and so we will double fill the director position for 1 month right now, and Cheryl will become the acting director if so approved by the commission. So the motion that I would entertain is to appoint Cheryl acting director effective March 1st and double fill the position of director through March 31st.
I so move.
Jeff Space, second.
Thank you so much. Any discussion? Okay. This is just the simplest way to get this all done, I think. All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
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 And any opposed? All right. So thank you, Sharon and Cheryl, for working through this process for us. And that frees us up to continue as we are. So we were scheduled to have two interviews today for the director position. We're not going to be doing that, as already stated. I'm inclined to that we would have those scheduled for our March meeting. The position actually currently is set to close at the end of March. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So that would bring us extremely close to the closing date anyway, because even as it is today, we would have gotten two interviews out of the way and completed, but we would still have the potential to have more candidates. So I think the simplest thing for us would be to have a schedule in March, like we would have had today, to have the executive director interviews. We would have these two. We would offer these two people an opportunity to interview, and then we would offer any additional ones that we received that were qualified. We would do those then as well, but we're getting them fairly slowly, so the chances would be that if there were any more, it might be one more, but we're not going to be inundated. I don't want to have whole long days like we did before. That was hard for people to get that time free. Are the commissioners agreeable to this plan? Would this be okay?
Yeah,
That's
Jeff
fine with
Spager,
me.
I think that's acceptable.
Okay, great. Okay, I don't think we even have to do that really as a motion. I think we can just move the interviews to the March date, and so that should work fine for us. So is our March meeting? I need a little clarification. I don't see it on my calendar yet. Is the March meeting going to be the fourth Thursday, which would be the 24th, or the fifth Thursday, which would be the 31st? Is it the last Thursday or the fourth Thursday?
The fourth Thursday, so it'll be on the 24th.
Okay, so it'll be the 24th. Okay. Okay. All right. So I think I needed that. Oh, I know I've done this before. I'm sure we've had some fifth Thursdays, but somehow I'm not quite with it today. So all right. Thank you so much for that. All right. All right. Do we have any commissioner reporting today?
I don't have any.
Okay.
Jeff Spager, none for me either.
All right. Okay. Okay. Very good. And so any update from the AG's office?
Yeah, good morning. This is Kristen Lamson again, and you already heard about it from Sharon in her executive director reporting, but I thought I'd add a little bit more information about the settlement and consent decree. It was entered on February 8th, and the consent decree, in addition to the payment, included a permanent injunction against hostile environment and discrimination based on race and retaliation in housing. It also included a requirement that their non-discrimination policy be revised, posted, and distributed, and they have training and reporting requirements along with that. They also had termination. One of the issues in this case was Bernard Watkins, the plaintiff. He was operating a business out of the apartment complex, and there was also a white business owner doing exactly the same thing, and they were being treated differently. One of the results in the consent decree is that that person's business access was terminated, and they've made some changes around being able to run businesses out of the apartment so that they don't run into these problems again. And our Civil Rights Division wanted to say thank you to the Commission for their cooperation, and thank you to investigator Heidi Termer, who did a great job on the investigation, which really helped their case. So it seems like it was a result, and I don't know if it was in Sharon's report, but the attorneys that had worked on it had shared with me that Mr. Watkins actually passed away suddenly at the end of the negotiations. So it was kind of a hard result. I'm not sure that he actually was aware of the final settlement, but his family was very appreciative that through the process, even though he may not have gotten the benefit of the settlement, that the process of being supported was really helpful to him. So they had expressed that also, and I wanted to share that with you.
Yeah, that brings nice closure for the family.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it. And I did hear the requests. I can ask our civil rights group, and we can work with Cheryl and Sharon for the next meeting to, if there's any updates about the Veterans Warehouse case or the Chelan case, and we can bring that back to the March meeting.
Great.
Good. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay. Thank you so much. Any questions for Kristen? All right. Do we have any public comment today?
Yes, I'm here. Hello?
Hello? Yes.
Yes, I'm here.
Could you state your name, please?
This is Marguerite Richard.
Okay. And your comment, Marguerite?
Yes, I'm very much concerned about what I've already heard. And God bless the family of the man that has died. And this is Indigenous Black History Month. And I want to speak about personnel issues because the last time I talked, I think it was you told me, well, we can't discuss your case. Okay, good.
That's correct.
Good. Yeah, in other words, I'm known all the way up in Washington, D.C. I don't need nobody to train me about nothing about this racism and discrimination that goes on repeatedly, okay, including myself, and it's a threat to whoever is justifying this stuff, okay? You say, oh, no, we don't do that. We do what we're supposed to do. Okay, so why is that man dead already and he didn't receive his monetary settlement? Okay, so we're going to deal with it head on, just like Russia and Ukraine, okay? And the reason why is because it's been going on long enough, and the CDC declared racism as a public threat and a crisis right now because of the number of people that are up under this genocidal regime that can't seem to get it right. Okay, so I'm speaking in behalf of Amir Locke, too, because he was an indigenous person, and like he was saying, I think you said something about seconds. It only took 9 seconds for them to smoke him out, okay? So it's the same thing with me reporting and somebody else. God bless my friend, Pemberton Carter, that had a case, went to you people 5 times. So that means Miss Ortiz was there at the time when she put her report through, and she's deceased from a massive stroke. Pemberton Carter, look her up. So, in other words, I'm going to keep on calling, okay, so just go ahead and get familiar with me, okay, until we get the type of justice that is due to us, okay? And I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, okay? I had a trial attorney come down and speak to me back when this stuff first happened with me. How many people do you know where somebody comes down from Washington, D.C., as a trial attorney and talk to them about discrimination, okay? And also, I'm going to suggest that you watch about Fannie Lou Hamer. There's a new documentary out on her. I watched it the other day, okay? So that's why I'm calling, because it's called First Amendment Rights, Free Speech.
All right.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for your
comment. You're so welcome.
And now we need to move on. Okay.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Have a lovely day.
All right. Thank you. Now, let's continue. So, are there any other public comments? Okay, hearing none, I'm going to declare the meeting adjourned. We will convene again. Our next meeting is on March 24th, and we will, all health permitting, have our executive session as part of that meeting. So thank you very much, and please have a nice day.
Thanks, everybody.